Hello everyone, welcome to ScorchedToys@anymoon.com's transformation guide for the KitzConcept SD VF-1 Veritech toy. Since this is a Robotech toy, I'll try to stick to the Robotech terms for each mode. We are going to go from fighter mode, which looks like this, to Battloid mode, stopping at Guardian along the way. To begin, if your toy has the gun installed, you want to go ahead and pull that gun out. It would fit right between these arms. And then we're going to look at the legs. Now, what you want to do, there's a peg that goes up into the plate here from the intake, and a peg that goes up from the leg into that plate right above it. And we want to back that peg out, just the one in the back. Hold the intake up while you bring the gearwalk joint down, and then that way there you won't free your intakes. You can go ahead and keep bringing it forward and get the knee a little forward, and then open up the legs. And there's also a twist point there. You can go ahead and twist that outward, because that's how you'd want it to look in gearwalk mode. Just do the same thing on the other side, obviously. Get it free, bring it down, bring the knee forward, open up the legs, or open up the feet, I should say, and twist at the knee. And there you are. Now we can go ahead and look at the backpack here. Bring your vertical stabilizers out a little bit, fold them over, fold the whole backpack up, and then bring this plate down there. And now we have to work on the arms. The arms are on sliding mechanisms. This part gets a little bit weird. There is a stopper for the Guardian position right there, but it's going to butt up this shoulder mechanism right up against that leg, which makes things a little tricky for you. So let's go ahead and bring this forward. So there you can see it's not over the hump yet. We can keep bringing it forward. Now you might need to reposition this armor a little bit, the top shoulder piece, and then bring that all the way so it's in front of the stopper right there. And we would just do the same thing on the other side. Again, I'm going to pull this out a little bit, bring it over, bring that whole thing right in front of the stopper. And now we can turn the toy over and pop open the hand bay and pull the fist right out. Oops. There we go. Same thing, obviously, on the other side. Easy peasy. And now we're basically in gearwalk mode. I'll go through and fine tune. There's usually a couple pegs that come out like that one there. And we'll take a look at that in just a second. Alright, so some fine-tuning items to look out for. Obviously, that hip intake peg is a big one, and if you move the arms at all, you'll probably unseat those hip intakes again, because they're really occupying all the same real estate with the arms and the shoulders here. So if you are having continued issues and it's frustrating you, you can always back these shoulders off a little bit. They might move a little too freely at that point for you, but it's an option. The other thing, you want to make sure your feet are open the same on both sides. The knee joints are brought forward the same amount. Kind of your typical gearwalk / Guardian mode things to consider. Alright, you could now enjoy your toy in this mode, or you can continue on to Battloid mode, which is what we will be doing. Begin Battloid mode transformation by flipping your toy over and getting a finger in and pulling up this crotch piece. That will then allow you to unhinge your intakes and be cautious and cognizant of your guns on the head. So you might want to move that head backwards, and that'll free up these swing bars, which can then come right on through. Get them to the bottom position and then bring that trap door up and lock it into place. Then straighten out your legs and your knees to get them in the position you will want them in the future. Now there are two different pegs that you need to free up. One is from the nose cone into this metal chest plate, and the other is a little further back here. So let's go ahead and we'll free up one at a time. We're just going to apply a little bit of pressure. There goes the first one, and there goes the second one. So now we got both those pegs unhinged, which frees up the entire torso section of the Battloid mode. And now we're going to open up that hinge door as well, flip the toy over, and we have this head, which is on a big swiveling hinge. And what we want to do is spin that around so that we can put the back of the head into this slot here. There's this flat piece now. We're just going to bring that back down, bring the head guns all the way forward, and we're going to then push that head through the opening. It's a pretty tight fit here, but it should come right out on the other side, like so. And then we can move our shoulders, and there are 2 pegs in the back. We want to line them up with the 2 holes. So we're just going to bring that down and press in. Now if it's fighting you like mine is, check your hinges there and your shoulders. There you go. Pushes right in. Close that trapdoor up. Bring your backpack back up, and if it's loose, you can also bring this hook over and bring your wings down. And now we're going to go to the tray for our parts. You could argue a lot of these parts are optional, but I think some of them seem like they will be used by just about everyone, and most of them do very much help the toy out. So for the head, the small head could stay on if you wanted to, or you can yank it off, which is takes quite a bit of force, as you see there, and put your new head on. This is the one with the light up gimmick, and just attaches the way a normal ball joint will. Now hunt down your heat shield. You can see it's got 2 pegs on either side. Bring up the chest pretty far and fish in those heat shield pegs. And it's a little flexible, so you got a little bit of give to work with. There it goes. And then just bring the heat shield back down. You might have a gap at this point, but don't worry about that yet, because we still have to put in our side covers. Alright, now you're going to grab the head and you're going to pull up the entire mechanism that it's on and get this top cover piece and just slide it in and press down, and then bring that head back down and push in so it locks into place, and now you've got your top cover in position. Now you can see there's this groove and then that peg up at the top. You have your side covers, which have 2 little slots for them. The thin slot corresponds to the smaller peg up in that flat cover you've installed. You're just going to push it into place and then push it up and push it in, and it should lock everything together, and you should find that it now adds more pressure to the chest and helps alleviate any gap you had with the heat shield. And congratulations, you are now in full Battloid mode. Now you are in Battloid mode, and these transformation instructions will work for any of the variants. Turning the toy around, I have not put my flap down in the back. Fine-tuning wise, there really wasn't much to go over here. Obviously you're going to have some issues with the shoulders and clearance, so you can just fiddle with that, get them where you want them to be. And otherwise, you are done. Thanks for checking out my transformation guide. Check out anymoon.com for my full review, and as always, thanks for watching.